That would be awesome.
Who, the ball guy?
Yeah. He already said that they want the Celtics to take Markelle Fultz. He's the best
He
player.
hasn't been drafted yet, right?
Yeah, no, he hasn't been drafted
Didn't
yet.
have his team. Oh God.
He's such a piece of shit, dude.
Yeah, fuck that dude.
Like,
His dad. The dude doesn't even say anything.
yeah.
We
His,
have no
his dad
idea
is
about
more
the dude
famous
at
than his
all.
kid is just because of his ridiculous rants on fucking like ESPN and shit. Like,
Joker face.
of course, Cleveland's beating the dog shit out of Boston right now, 61-39.
That's not a surprise. The Wizards were like trying to like give up Game 7 down the stretch.
Yeah,
Man, there was like so many turnovers.
bad.
But you know, it is what it is.
Yeah, it's gonna be the same fucking teams from the last 2 years. What's up, guys, and welcome to episode 35 of the Underground Pub Show here on the Pippi K Multiverse Network. My name is Schreiber, here as always with Bobo and CJ. Thank you guys very much for joining us. Before we get too into the episode, just wanted to go ahead and give you guys a reminder. A week from today, we will be at Coyote Sports Bar doing a show live at Coyotes. We hope you guys join us. It's going to be really cool. There's the flyer for it. We've got Josh Gay, the home announcer from the Blue Wahoos and the Pensacola Ice Flyers. That'll be joining us.
Did you just say the Blow
It's
Wahoos?
the
Blue Wahoos. The Blue Wahoos and the Pensacola Ice Flyers will be joining us that night, along with Chad and James from Play Harder Radio. We've got food coming that night, a lot of drink specials. Y'all, please join us that night. We hope to see y'all.
We will have a lot of TBA. We got more TBA than anybody else.
Exactly what he said.
More to be announced.
Yes.
There'll be a lot of more to be announced.
There's more TBA.
Okay.
Supposedly. We hope anyway. Well, anyways, thank y'all very much for joining us. Bobo, how you been doing this past week since we were last on the show?
I've been doing pretty good. I gotta move over. I'm on the edge of my seat with excitement over what I'm about to talk about.
You look good in your Blue Wahoo shirt, man.
Thanks.
The Blow Wahoos.
Thank you.
The Blow Wahoos.
The Blow Wahoos. So no McElwain and that whole picture of the shark humping situation. It really wasn't him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, obviously,
Well,
yeah.
people keep posting the picture in the group I'm in that I used to run, but now more or less in Southern Football Trash Talk.
It's not Southern Sports Trash Talk.
Something like that. I don't fucking remember. I always get it wrong. But anyway, in that group, they keep posting pictures, so we keep getting tired of the picture being posted. So one of our group members, Daniel, went out and looked for the dude's son, found his son, invited him to the group. He's in the group right now. So if you post a picture of the naked dude on the shark, you're actually posting the picture of his dad, which is family smack, will get you kicked out the group.
No shit, really?
If you post a picture again. Yes, he's actually in the group, and he's actually having a good time. And he says, give him 2 days, and he'll get his dad in the group.
No kidding.
That's
So-
great.
How about that?
Can we
Nice.
interview the shark humper?
Yeah, please. Can we get him on the show next week? Like,
I think baby steps to this point. His son is well. Anyway, what is the name of the group for? It's Southern Football Trash Talk.
Yeah.
If you're not a
SFT.
member of that group, SFTT Southern Football Trash Talk. I am an admin. Just drop an invite and I'll get you in there. We stream the show in that group as well.
Nice.
But yes, so yeah, we got a son in the group, so people can't post a picture no more. If they do, they get kicked out for
I'll be
family
damned.
smack violation. There's more than one way to skin a cat.
You know, if this was a Florida State coach, would you guys go to as much trouble as you did just to get this taken care of?
No, I do the opposite. I would like get the shark's family or the fish, or actually find spawn of the shark, and somehow I don't know lawsuits. I don't even know. No, I wouldn't give a fuck. Obviously,
Yeah?
No,
think the
I
shark will
posted
hold
pictures of Candy and all our boyfriends. I almost said Bobby. Jimbo Fisher's ex-wife who fucked around on him a couple of times because dick was small. I mean, that's a rumor.
Allegedly.
But no, she did fuck around with him.
Shots fired early.
She did though. He did got divorced. It was in the newspapers.
Okay, so it's a legit thing.
Not the liberal
So
ones that
this
people
legit
don't
news
think
that
are
we're
real, but the
reporting
real
here.
ones.
Heard
Nice.
that.
Yeah, I had pictures of that too. You saying that, AJ?
You got pictures of his dick? Is that what you're saying? Like,
no.
Candy Fisher.
oh, Candy Fisher. Gotcha.
Her
Okay.
dad.
No,
Sucks for her, I guess.
not really. She was getting reamed.
Yeah, I'm sure
She
she.
was a big dude.
Was it big time?
Yeah, man. She was having a good time.
Nice.
Okay. Well, how about that? What a way to start episode 35.
Oh, as we do.
We like to be respectful of women.
As we do, we just jump right into it. Being
What
respectful.
she wanted.
Well, being respectful to women, CJ, you've got a topic right now that you're pretty hot about right now, and understandably so. Let's jump right into that right now. CJ, why don't you lead the way on this one?
Okay, so for y'all that don't know, there's a basketball player named Lonzo Ball that's coming out. It's going to be the what?
Scoop this way.
Oh, I gotta get closer to you. I'm sorry.
Why are they touching each other?
Yeah, he's touching me under the table. So anyway, his dad is being more of a star than he is, and went on Fox Sports 1's show with Colin Cowherd.
Outside of many other shows he's been on.
Yeah, and he has a baller brand that's selling shoes for $495.
The baller brand is called Baller Brand.
Yeah, it's literally baller brand. So anyway, and on the interview, he just completely disrespected the reporter, Christine Leahy, and just went above and beyond just Trump levels
Told her to sit back and shut up, basically. Yeah.
It's like a very quick summarization, telling her to get in the kitchen and shut her mouth and that she doesn't deserve to be there. And, he said on the show trying to promote his brand and basically disrespecting women. Yeah. And then when she mentioned that Jason Whitlock had a problem with it too, told him that the only thing that he can comment on is snacks. So not only was she disrespecting, he's disrespecting women.
It's worth
I'll be
mentioning.
mad at him all you want. I love that one.
It's worth mentioning though that the homegirl that was having to deal with this bullshit during this whole scenario took it like a champ. She had a smile on her face and basically kind of looked at this guy like a fucking total dick, and I commend that girl for it. I thought it was awesome.
I quote,
Now, a moment for the ladies.
That was a great sports move for the ladies, by the way.
Stay in your lane is what he said to the
Yeah, he
young
did.
lady. Stay in your lane, and then was like, she's like, "Are you not even gonna look at me?" And he said, "She scares Lonzo. She scares me. I'm scared of her. That's why I don't even look that way."
Who's the lady? Which one is it?
Her name's Christine Leahy. She's on Fox Sports 1.
She's the lady with the short blonde hair.
Yeah, she's basically like, you know how Andy Richter is on the show with Conan? Like, that's like her job is to stand back there and basically help with the interviews. And he just completely disrespected her. And she's bringing up valid points. Like, all she said was, if you're going to have a successful company, you're going to have to cater to women too. You're going to have to women to like your brand. And he put, if you have a women's company. But anyway, so basically just, he's just a piece of shit. And I've never disliked a player simply because of their parents.
But this guy, this kid is supposed to be like one of the top picks in the NBA draft coming up. And his dad is making him look basically out to be like a total tool. Like,
oh yeah, absolutely.
It's not even the kid's fault. The kid's been relatively quiet throughout all this. Like,
oh yeah, you never hear a word from him. But
no.
This is a guy that played college ball, averaged two points a game with 1 assist. He basically has come out and said he's better than Michael Jordan in his prime. He played tight end and was on the practice squad for the Jets and the Carolina Panthers. So we're not talking about a guy that lit the world on fire.
Yeah.
And then his shoes, like I said, $495 for a pair of shoes, $220 for some flip flops. I mean, who the fuck is going to buy
that is
this
almost
shit?
expensive as my fucking my rent is.
Yeah, absolutely.
Seriously, that's crazy. That's just crazy. This guy,
Michael Jordan's shoes when they came out were about $130 with inflation. So
yeah, and I mean, granted that was a different time back then, but regardless. Now, this dude's dad that we're talking about, that's making
LeVar Ball.
Yeah, him.
LeVar Ball.
What did he do prior to all this? Like
He had kids.
he had
and
kids, but
the,
wasn't he part of a couple football teams? Like
the Jets and the Panthers practice squad.
Yeah,
practice squads, yeah.
Like so we're not talking about a superstar here.
So when it comes down to it, this guy has become famous over this nonsense, not because of his career as an athlete.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, he's basically getting famous because of his kids. And if you want to chime in, it's 850-907-7686. If you watch the interview, if you want to talk about him, whatever we're talking about, feel free to call up the show. I personally was disgusted by it. Like I
didn't like it either.
And he's already come out and said, he doesn't want his son to work out for any other team besides the Lakers. The Lakers have the second pick in the draft after the lottery.
Is there a reason why he wants him to be on the Lakers so bad?
Hometown.
It's just hometown?
Also big money market too.
But the Lakers have been pretty fucking bad
doesn't care money
for years.
No,
But
that dude doesn't care about that. He cares about money. They have
Heard.
money.
Okay,
They lost a
fair
lot.
enough.
They lost a lot of cap or room after.
I mean, even before Kobe Bryant retired, like they were doing
they're
bad.
lack on. Yeah, so I mean, you can go in there and get some money.
Yeah.
But I don't know how much money they're going to give him.
Back in
Sure.
he
Fair
would
enough.
beat Michael Jordan. That's just
That's just ridiculous.
Yeah.
We're still having the debate right now if LeBron James is better than Michael Jordan,
no.
and let alone this fucking kid. I mean, nope. Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's just kind of out there. It's we got a caller. Okay, cool. All right, what's up? You're on the Underground Pub Show with Schreiber, CJ, and Bubba. Who's this? Hello?
Background noise.
Hello.
Did we lose him?
No, well, I muted him because he sounds like bird shit. So
What was the name of that one guy that called that he had a name?
I'm gonna unmute him. If he hasn't corrected his issue, he's getting jacked.
Shit, what was his name?
It's just background noise by the sound of it.
All right,
Hello,
man.
hey.
Are you guys talking okay?
Hey, what's up?
Can
Man?
y'all
You're
hear
on
me?
the, hey, you're
Yeah,
on
we
the
can
Underground
hear
Pub Show with Schreiber, CJ, and Bubba. Who's this?
Well, y'all talking about LeBron or Jordan?
Yes.
We sort of, yeah.
What y'all trying? It's Stephen A. Smith, by the way.
Okay, thank you, Steve.
I've been watching you guys for a while.
I've been waiting for this. I've been waiting for this my whole life, bro. So let's have it, bro. Preach to me, brother.
It's me, Stephen A. Smith. I've been watching you guys. I'm watching the thing. It looks like guy in the hot dog, guy in the middle, and then the predator on the other side. I don't know what's going on.
Okay.
Who are you guys?
Hey, Adam, did you buy a romper yet? Are you still at the beach?
Why'd you call him out already? Because this is so good.
Anyway, what I want to say,
Stephen A.
LeBron,
Smith,
he got it going
preach to
on.
me, brother. Preach to me. Preach, bro. What we got?
Everything. He's living the dream. He's doing what he's doing. Skip Bayless know what's going on. My boy Skip, I got to give him props. He know what's going on, even though he's over there with, that guy, the Sharp or whatever. He left me. It doesn't matter.
But I'm sorry,
Anywho.
who in the hell thinks they can compare themselves to the great Michael Jordan or LeBron James in this day in basketball? Can you answer that to me?
To Stephen A. Smith?
I'm doing it. Yes, I
Are
am.
you trying to are you trying to put Jordan in the same category
Yes,
as
I
LeBron
am.
James?
Yes, I am.
That's preposterous.
I mean, it may be preposterous,
Oh my
but I'm
gosh.
doing it. But I'm doing it.
I gotta leave. Normally I would leave this conversation because I gotta do one of those beef jerky commercials. But anywho, that's just ridiculous. I can't believe you're trying to tell me that. Who is this guy? Who is this Rosewater motherfucker on the other? Can I cuss? Am I allowed to cuss on this? I
You
don't
are
even
allowed
know.
to curse.
On this show, this is not ESPN, Stephen A. Smith.
Yeah.
You're good to go, bro.
I will not curse no more. I'm a schooled man. I went to school. I know things. But I had to call in when you were everyone trying to prop up LeBron James. Oh, Michael Jordan.
I thought you loved him.
Are you kidding me?
All right, so who's better? You say Jordan?
Tell you who's worse.
Who's better? Are you? After everything, who's better? Does LeBron have a shoe with his emblem on it that everyone, even in Indonesia, be like, I know who that is. He's my favorite.
No, I don't think he does.
They eat bamboos
caller.
and shoots, but they know who Michael Jordan is. No, LeBron, come on.
That's I don't know what to say.
I mean, it's
Yeah, you got nothing to say because I am the truth.
You are the truth. That's awesome.
This is what the Underground Pub Show has come to now.
Well, no, we actually have
Fake
Stephen.
celebrity callers.
This is Stephen A. Smith.
I mean, no, you're right. Stephen A. Smith giving us his.
How
take
were
on-
you able to save your job on ESPN when everybody else was let go? What makes you better?
He did get suspended.
Because I know you guys. I'm out here. I'm actually at a steakhouse right now with Charles Barkley.
Oh, nice. Can you
Bubba looks
can you put
completely
Charles Barkley on the
unenthused by all
phone?
this. I mean,
Yeah, hey, Charles, you want to talk to these guys? Oh, yeah, I'll talk to them. Hold up, he right here. Hold on. Hello, Underground Pub Show.
What's up,
That's
Charles?
the exact same
What
voice
y'all-
you're doing for the other guy. That's the
What are you
exact
guys,
same voice.
talking about?
your impersonation of
done.
Charles Barkley is terrible.
I'm
What do you,
getting
Terrible.
this is Charles Barkley
I'm done.
from TN. From TN.
Wait.
You know, aren't y'all supposed to be at the,
Kobe Bryant. Kobe Bryant?
Yeah, I know, I've heard of him.
Yeah, I'm aware of him.
Aren't you supposed to be at the Cavs Celtics game going on right now?
We're gonna move on from this shit, dude. I'm sorry.
Please, no.
Yes.
Please, yes.
Yes,
Hold
please.
up. What I gotta say. Hold on. Yeah,
Yeah, we're done with that. Sorry.
Lord.
So, anyways, that's what the Underground Pub Show
That
has
went on-
come to now.
Disrespectful are
That
you guys?
15-minute call went on
It's
15
kind of
minutes
fucked
too
up
long.
because
Yeah, that was
John
Stephen
was
A.
having a
Smith.
riot, I think, until he realized Bobo wasn't enjoying the call, and then he
No,
he,
I found it
he-
hilarious,
he
but it was
betrayed
going
you,
on
CJ.
It was going on too long. I mean, it was that was cute. The people that impersonated Stephen A.
What do you,
Smith.
that
and
was
Charles
legit
Barkley.
him.
I mean, you guys can encourage more of those calls if you want to.
No,
but
I'm not.
When it starts going all like that, I'm just gonna sit back and laugh and be like,
Yeah, I'm not okay with that. I'm right there with you on
"Yeah,
that.
if you want
We
to."
It was cute. I appreciate it,
We
but no,
haven't
we're
done anything
we're
but
just gonna-
that since about the third week of this show.
True. I mean,
love it.
is that
Well,
what we
that's-
are?
So
I
we're
mean,
we're just gonna go ahead and move on.
That's
from
fine.
that.
I just want to interact with him, but you guys
Leroy,
can't.
No,
Leroy set the tone, I guess.
No, hey.
Leroy's a real caller, man. Leroy's a good dude. We
This
like
was,
Leroy.
that was a legit call.
It wasn't CJ. I mean,
It was-
I didn't know
anyways.
he was. What was he talking about?
He was talking about the debate between LeBron James and Michael Jordan, which we all, I think.
Who
we're all-
mentioned that?
I think it might have come out while we were talking about LeVar Ball.
It was
being
like a
better.
second. It was a second.
Yeah,
I mean, it was a segue.
it
It was a
needed to be
segue.
clipped.
In fact, did you say it for a second so that he could call in?
No.
Well, anyways, moving on.
That call did come in rather quickly.
It was
no,
strange.
It came in very quickly. Thank you for the caller, Stephen A. Smith.
And Charles Barkley.
I just
And
realized
Charles Barkley.
CJ
We-
set that fucking call up. That's what that is.
No, it
CJ,
did-
yo,
did not.
bullshit. You set that call
I
up.
believe that. I believe that.
What? I'm on here checking my sources for facts.
Yeah.
Not-
Especially
not
if you're
t- not
quote
t-
unquote checking your sources.
Not texting or not checking facts.
No, it was bullshit.
No, it
Anyway.
was not. There was no green swimming pool. There was no whatever.
There was a green
There
swimming
was
pool.
a green swimming pool
No,
there a
it
minute
wasn't.
ago, right?
Yes, it was. It was green as fuck.
It was blue. Blue is your shirt.
It was not blue as fuck. It was green as you could
Don't
possibly
even know
imagine.
Please.
All right,
Can we
moving
get
on,
some sort
guys.
of track? Some sort of focus
So,
going on here.
let's for the time being, let's just get off of basketball because that seems to be going in weird ways right now.
Oh god, here comes hockey.
No, actually, I'm not going with hockey right now because it's kind of boring right now.
What?
However, we'll get to that in a minute. But no, this episode 35, we call this episode "The Great Yankee," and there's a reason behind that. Recently, the New York Yankees have retired the jersey of number 2, Derek Jeter, and ever since that's happened, it's been a big debate about where Derek Jeter ranks amongst the greatest New York Yankees of all time. Now, there's a lot of great guys that have played for that team over the years. So yeah, very old organization, also one of the most expensive organizations in all time as far as sports go. CJ, you're our baseball guy. Let's start with you, man. Derek Jeter, where does this guy rank as far as the greatest Yankees of all time go?
I don't know. Top 10, but for my age, since I actually got to watch him,
Yeah.
probably like top 3.
Okay.
Like, one of the greatest shortstops of all time.
Would you put him in there in the same categories like Babe Ruth or
I think he's ahead of him, man.
really?
Yeah, like Babe Ruth played in an era where they were
He was
segregation.
fat.
Yeah,
He was
He was
very
a fat person.
Very
there's
fat.
no-
He was also a kind of alcoholic, wasn't he?
I would
Like-
put
Yeah, it's like fastballs and fat sliders, and that's all they had to deal with. And if you hit it hard enough, it went out of the park.
besides being fat, the era they played in, it was segregated.
They had two pitches, and it was segregated.
Yes.
They had literally two pitches.
But Babe Ruth, his numbers still speak for themselves. I mean, I know it was a segregated era, but
Yeah.
He has a candy bar.
yeah, I like Yogi Berra, the old catcher. He's one of the greatest of all time. And then, Reggie Jackson, Mr.
Reggie
October.
Jackson.
Yeah,
I like his hair.
yeah, he was great. So I'd ring him up there, top 3 for sure.
Okay.
And with that being retired, there's no single digits for the Yankees anymore. And the night they retired, they actually got their ass kicked by the number 1 team in the MLB right now, the Houston Astros.
I saw that. Yeah.
Yeah, grand slam by Alec Bregman, the third baseman.
Now-
They lit off with 2 home runs back to back.
Now, did you see it as a disrespect in any way, shape, or form that Alex Rodriguez did not show up for that game?
No, because Alec Rodriguez is a piece of shit.
It's
Fair
not
enough,
as
okay.
disrespectful as this Alex
Yeah.
Rodriguez being Alex Rodriguez. If he showed up, that probably been more of a spectacle if he actually
Right?
was there.
Mm-hmm.
It
I mean,
was weird.
I kept reading about that all day long about how he just didn't show up, didn't say thank you or nothing for being a teammate or nothing. He just wasn't there, and it was just like very widely debated. Like, why was Alex Rodriguez not a part of Derek Jeter's jersey retirement? Like, why the fuck should he?
They didn't
Like-
seem to be
After-
friends anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, it didn't seem like it.
They just looked similar, and that was about it.
All right, we've got another caller. Hopefully, this one's. I have a
Nope.
feeling it's going to be
Hello?
the same thing.
Hello?
Hello.
Hey, what's up? You're on the Underground Pub Show with Schreiber, CJ, and Bubba. Who's this?
What's going on, guys?
Hey, what's up, man? Who's this?
My name's Steven. Not Stephen A.
Not Stephen A.
Damn it, I was kind of.
But Stephen who?
No, this is Stephen A.
Is what?
I just want to know. I kind of want to know y'all's take on the Raw films.
On who?
On the Raw films that's coming out.
The Broncos?
I'm having a hard time hearing
I can't
you,
hear you,
caller,
buddy.
but-
You know the male version of the romper.
Okay. That.
I'm all for it.
You know what? I have a feeling this person is in the same building as Stephen A. Smith was. Because I hear the same background noise.
Yeah, that does sound about right. But to answer your question though,
I'm all for it.
yeah, I am too.
How are you guys all for it?
I want a
Now,
hot dog
don't get me
romper.
wrong, I won't wear it. I will never go dead
Keith
net,
will
but-
probably wear it, whose name is now Steven.
Yeah.
I could see him and Adam wearing it,
and he would look great in it, but
but why?
With the man bun.
Why would you want
Yeah.
to wear that?
I wouldn't.
I think if like,
But,
you're
I
It
mean,
looks
I'm-
bad on women. It looks weird on women.
I'm all for
your skin
I'm all
tone's
for
good for it.
dudes if they want to make that decision to
skin
wear
tone?
that ridiculous
Yeah.
shit, then just go right ahead for it. I don't care. It doesn't affect me none. If it's other dudes,
Do you know how
wanna
much
wear that,
difficult?
like-
It probably would be harder to go to the bathroom. Can you imagine if you take a dump? If you had like diarrhea.
Well, that's not my problem because I'm not
It's
gonna
like
wear
you
it.
drink a lot
so-
of beer.
it's like a
and then-
onesie, right? But
Yeah, it's like a short.
Essentially, it's like an
yeah,
adult onesie.
It's a short
like,
shirt onesie.
became really popular
Like
with
what
women over
girls
the last
wear.
10 years, and now it's a big deal.
I'm
with
trying to
that.
figure
I-
out what's worse.
I think I'd wear it.
A-Rod or the way you guys are honoring Jeter's legacy right now? I just can't figure
But
that
we
out.
switched it to one of the greatest players of all time. We switched it right over to rompers.
Well, thanks to Stephen A's friend over where they're hanging out at. Like,
What I was saying earlier was like the skin tones. Like if you have a darker skin tone, you wear those nice lighter colors. It really pops. So
What the fuck are you talking about?
Dude,
that
like-
does not make no. It's a short pantsuit for men.
it's a
doesn't
onesie for
matter.
adults, is what it
I
is.
personally think it'd be great.
If you guys want to do it, go for it. I'm not gonna wear that shit, but I mean, if y'all want to do it,
What's this, y'all?
Let-
I obviously made it know that I am not going to be wearing those things.
I'm not talking
No
about
need to
you
yell
guys.
at
I
me.
mean, if you gentlemen out there
Oh.
want to wear that shit, then go right
Keith
for
and
it,
Adam.
and let me know what the female attraction is like after that. I'd be curious to know. I really would be. That would make for a great interview one
If
day.
there's any ladies watching, 850-907-7686, tell us about your thoughts
Yes,
on the
please.
man.
For the love of God, I
on
would
the
love to
rompers.
hear that one. Moving on from this nonsense, there is a couple games going on tonight that are kind of a big deal. I guess it's kind of hard to segue into.
What are you
any-
talking? Segue from rompers to this romping that's going on in Cleveland.
Well, yeah. In fact, both games are romping right now. In basketball right now, Cleveland is romping Boston 88-62. Who saw that one coming? And Here's a kind of a surprise game right here. In the NHL, the Ottawa Senators are currently just a few minutes into the third period, winning 5-0 over the Pittsburgh Penguins. Now, before we get to that whole series, let's talk a little bit of basketball again without talking about all the nonsense. Let's bring up the San Antonio Spurs and the Boston Celtics real fast. Now, right now, it doesn't look very good for the Celtics. But
Still
overall,
game one.
It is game one, you're right. But overall, between these two teams, do any of them have a chance of making an upset right now? Bobo, I'm going to start with you on this one. Can any of them get past the powerhouse in front of them?
Oh, Cleveland?
Or Golden State, for that matter.
Or Golden State? I don't know. I think the Spurs have a chance.
Okay.
I think the Spurs in them because I know recently they've been there a lot, and their team is more or less the same, if not maybe better in some sort of ways than it was. I mean, they are definitely missing Duncan and the like, but I don't know. They're not that far off from what they were. They do have a lot of their nucleus still there, and they've definitely won it with a lot of those players out there several times, even though they are getting a little older. But if there is a chance out there, I'd give it a chance to the Spurs.
So you give it a better chance of the Spurs beating...
I'm surprised the Celtics are still here right now.
Yeah, I am too, to be honest with you.
So there's that.
So you give it to the Spurs potentially having a chance of beating the Warriors over the Celtics beating Cleveland.
Yeah.
can see
That
that.
would be where I would go with on that. I don't think Cleveland is going to have any chance in hell going any further. But
Okay.
We'll see.
You mean Boston?
Boston, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
That's
they're only,
Cleveland.
they're only
Oh.
down 24 right now.
Who?
What?
What?
Boston.
They're down
Um,
24 right now?
They're down
only
24,
down
and
24.
it's in the
Yeah,
third
you're
quarter
going
right
to wear
now.
Wampers if you have darker skin.
Well,
No, that makes sense.
we'll
Well,
see-
no,
well,
if you have
CJ,
brighter skin, like the brighter colors will pop with your skin tone, man. And
All right, well, CJ, enough of this nonsense. Where I'm just gonna keep shutting that down.
Thank you.
I'm trying so hard to make this be like a legitimate show tonight.
I'm gonna ruin your plans.
Why
Basically-
tonight?
Basically, I don't know, because I mean it just seemed right. But CJ, I mean, let's look at this the Final Four right now in the NBA right now.
Yes, I'm looking at
Who
it.
between these two teams do you think has
Where's
the better
that?
chance? It's above CJ. on the
It's above
TV
my
screen.
head
Yeah.
right there.
Who do you think has the better chance of making an upset, if there even is one?
Neither team is gonna win. I see the Celtics taking more games from the Cavs.
You think so?
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of contradicting myself here. The Spurs are the better coached team of any team that's playing right now.
Yeah.
But they're missing Kawhi Leonard. They already lost the freaking what's his face, the guy that played forever with Ginobili and Duncan. Parker. Parker's out.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, Parker is out.
Parker's out. And just it's more about how good Golden State is. I mean, just their ball movement, the way they answer back anytime another team scores. Just they have a great team overall. I mean,
Yeah.
Their overall lighter skin.
yeah. Well, the lighter skin definitely helps, except when we wear rompers.
Well,
I mean, they got Iguodala as their sixth man who can start on any other team.
Kenny, let's bring you into this real fast. Our producer Kenny, who's been
I
silent.
really don't give a shit about the NBA, quite honestly. I don't follow it. I don't really watch it much.
That was a big topic.
That takes care of that.
From the little bit that I do pay attention.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, really, outside of who's already the favorite to win, respectively, I don't see a chance for either one of them.
Yeah.
Not even enough for me to give you my take on which one I think has the best chance, because I think both of them have the same chance.
Yeah,
Zero.
they're probably gonna lose. Yeah.
I see the
And which-
Celtics taking 2 games.
I'm right there with you on that one. I think the Celtics might be able to get 2 out of it. I think the Spurs, though, I think they can maybe possibly get 3 if they play good games. But I mean, they're looking at.
undermanned.
But I mean, so now this brings me to I'm bringing back a topic from last week and bring it into a new topic. We talked last week about how is really the playoffs worth watching right now? With basically we're looking at seeing the same 2 teams for the 3rd year in a row in the NBA Finals. Now, with that being said, though, the Boston Celtics are looking better this season than they have in a few years, and now they have the number 1 seed in the NBA draft next
Starting to
year.
remind me of
The
college
number 1
football.
pick.
So, I mean, first off, with that being said, do you think that this is like a do you think this is good for the NBA that the Boston Celtics, who are already a pretty decent team right now, they got a number 1 pick, it might very well generate a better team out of this. It should, by all means. I mean, do you think this is...
They're in the Eastern Conference Finals, and they got the first pick in the draft.
Yeah.
They're going to be good for a while.
They should be, yeah.
Yeah, and
But
the,
I mean, do you
the
think
Wizards and Celtics had a great series.
But do you think with this number one pick, this might be a direction for possibly? I mean, I'll just go ahead and say it, saving the NBA.
I mean, I don't know. Do they need to be saving? I haven't looked at their ratings.
Well, that's what I'm getting at now.
Golden State's a fun team to watch. They just kick the shit out of everybody.
You understand, we're not in a very huge basketball market here, but you go out to the West Coast, or up north, but West Coast, yes. You see basketball is fucking everywhere. You'll see people wearing basketball jerseys. You don't even know, like, it's just strange that they're wearing a basketball jersey. Like, how are they a basketball fan?
The closest team we have is
around here. We just don't see it that much.
Okay, well, in these other areas, in big basketball fans, is it better for the NBA right now to get a new powerhouse into this league? Because right now it's we're looking at 3 years now, the same two teams going to the NBA finals.
Well, let's look back. Let's look back at what's been happening over the past 20 years of NBA basketball. This is not different.
Yeah, it's just two different teams.
This is the same. This is how the NBA is made up. Okay. This is what they do. You get groups of teams, little groups of teams that always are on top. Other teams are shit. Then some team makes these crazy moves, and rather than fucking it up, they stick the moves they made.
That's my point exactly.
And then they're like a Golden State Warrior team. Also, it's like, look, we're the best. They're like, where the fuck they come from?
I don't see any difference between what's going on now and what went on between the Lakers and the Bulls back in the 80s.
Yeah, Knicks, Bulls.
Good point.
It's just new cycles. Like there's always like four or five teams up top in the NBA. A lot of them are off from the West Coast. And then one team just drops off because they win a lot or they just can't afford to maintain the players. Then they'll drop away. Then some other team will be like, let's just take all the free agents. Oh, we got a couple of draft picks. That's, they're a top dog for like 4 or 5 years.
Okay,
I remember Utah was up there for a while.
I mean, so at one point, Orlando was always
there's no parity.
They never won.
There's not as much parity in the NBA as I think there should be.
Okay. Well, okay. Sticking with you, Bubba, for a minute. Do you think it'd be better for the sport of the NBA and basketball in general if there was more powerhouse teams as opposed to just looking at two teams and see who can beat them?
I think, honestly, man, every time I see, like, we're not a huge market, so I'm probably not getting a good saturation.
I'm not necessarily talking about Pensacola, but in general.
You go out, well, I'm just talking about what I see in general. It's like on Facebook, whatever, it's mostly people from around here or whatever, but they're always still Cleveland fans or Warrior fans or Oklahoma City fans. I have a couple of San Antonio fans, and that's about it. That's all I ever see, talk to, hear about, watch. Even when you're watching a random TV show and there's some basketball fan in the background, he's wearing a Golden State jersey or a Cleveland jersey. Yeah. And they do switch. Motherfuckers I've seen a dude literally switch within a weekend. Yeah. What's that guy used to work at L House? I saw him switch jerseys in a weekend. I was like,
true?
Oh, no, not true.
San Antonio has probably been the most consistent team for the longest time. Since like
I'll give you that.
And they probably have the most consistent fans. I think if you decide to become a San Antonio fan, you pretty much just stuck with them. I don't think you really flip-flop with them.
No, because you're always there.
Miami Heat fans, they are now Cleveland fans. They are now Golden State Warriors fans.
They had a good run.
Oh my God, look at the way Cleveland Cavaliers fans were when when LeBron went to Miami.
They went over there.
Those fans there was a lot of fans that fucking hated that dude.
Oh, yeah.
Wanted him dead, burned his jersey and shit. And the minute he came back, it was like the fucking Jesus Christ came back to the earth.
By the way, that has pretty much destroyed the whole burning jersey ritual. It seems clownish now whenever I see it. Like, it doesn't fucking matter anymore.
It doesn't work. I mean, LeBron James literally was like, "Oh, cool, I came back and here's the trophy now." Like,
we love him now.
Like, cool, yeah, I'm that good, Cleveland. Fuck you. Like, I mean,
jerseys cost a lot of money.
They
but
do.
I'm not burning a damn jersey.
When Kevin's jersey,
we have the Let Go app nowadays. Just sell
Kevin
that
wasn't
shit
even
on Let
playing
Go.
football all the time, but his jersey was the number 3 sold jersey that he wasn't even playing.
Actually,
he was one to buy and burn it
on the Let Go app on there's an app on your smartphones called Let Go. I actually managed to sell a Broncos Tim Tebow jersey on there for $50.
I would have kept that.
For $50?
Yeah. Why?
To remember the greatness.
The greatness of the 1 year that he played? No, I needed $50 and I was ready to get rid of that jersey. So some guy bought it. So thank you, whoever bought that. I appreciate it.
One question. Why did you own a Tim Tebow Denver jersey?
Good question. That's actually a very good question. My dad, he did go to the University of Florida for a few years, and he loves Tim Tebow. And during that time that Tebow was playing with the Broncos, for Father's Day, I gave my dad that Broncos Tim Tebow jersey.
Okay.
So I gave it to him. He wore it twice. My dad's not a big jersey guy.
Regifted it.
And eventually he gave it back to me whenever the Broncos played the Carolina Panthers in the Super Bowl 2 years ago.
Okay.
He gave it back to me. He said, "You can have it. I don't wear it anymore. Tim Tebow doesn't play over there. He didn't care anymore." So he gave it to me. It's been sitting in my closet for 2 years now, until finally I put it on Let Go, and sure as shit, somebody bought it for $50.
Okay. Well, that makes perfect sense. I was
Yeah.
like, where the hell did he end up with a Tim Tebow jersey?
Yeah, but I did have one for a while. Now some guy named Joseph out there in Pensacola has it. Enjoy it, Joseph.
Thanks, Joseph.
Yeah,
Hopefully
we
you're
appreciate
watching
it.
the show, Joseph.
I bet you he is.
Joseph got backstory in his jersey.
Yeah,
He does
he's
now.
wearing the jersey while watching
backstory.
the show.
I mentioned that I did this, so I mean,
Yeah.
now as far as the Cleveland and Boston game goes, it's now 89-70.
See, it's 19 points. You can
19
get that
points.
real quick.
Let's shift gears here a little bit. And as far as the NHL goes, it's 5-1 right now as far as the Ottawa Senators and the Pittsburgh Penguins go, and it's 5-1 for Ottawa, not Pittsburgh. And that's very weird right there because going into this playoff series, I looked at Pittsburgh Penguins as being the Cleveland Cavaliers or the Golden State Warriors as the team to beat. And it seemed almost impossible to do it. I like how you guys keep shaking your heads like you know what you're talking about. That's really classy. I like it.
We're agreeing with your points.
Yeah, we hear you
Okay,
saying.
well, thank you guys.
We're
You're
like,
awesome.
Wow, he's right. They only have one goal.
Yeah,
Well, currently right now they have one goal. Ottawa Senators scored 4 goals in the first period before we even left to come here today to do this show.
shocking.
It is shocking. It's very wild.
Like the team from
Minnesota.
By
Yeah.
the team from Minnesota. Yes.
That's Bobo's team.
I'm learning.
I got you. Well, anyways, I know I know a lot of you guys don't know a lot about hockey or talk about it much, but the one thing I did kind of want to bring up is like, look, I mean, the Pittsburgh Penguins, in my opinion, I think they're a great team this year. I mean, in my opinion, they're the best team in the NHL right now. Do I think they make it past the Ottawa Senators? Probably. But do they make it soundly past them? I don't believe so. I think the Ottawa Senators are a good, healthier team. They could easily beat them. Now, the Nashville Predators and the Anaheim Ducks that are batting for the West right now, either one of them could beat them. Because I think that by the time that the Stanley Cup happens, the Penguins are going to be so beat up that as good as the Nashville Predators are playing right now, scoring goals left and right, I think they have a good chance of doing it, which would be great because they've never made it this far before. The Anaheim Ducks, that would be great because everybody loves the Mighty Ducks. Who doesn't?
Yeah, the Flying V.
Exactly. They can pull the flying V off, which would be awesome. But when it comes down to it, I wanted to actually look at a different subject on this with hockey. Sidney Crosby has been diagnosed with several concussions throughout his career, and I just learned the other day that he's actually younger than I am. And I turned kind of a weird time to do that. Like,
I was like, what?
considering where I'm going with this, like,
He could die potentially.
That was my bad. I didn't mean
no,
that.
the reason what made me think about this was a few days ago I saw a rerun on ESPN. You guys watch the ESPN 30 for 30s at all?
No.
I've watched a couple.
I've seen some, yes.
Well, I watched one of a hockey player. It aired originally about a year ago, but I saw the rerun of it recently. And this hockey player, he only played for about 6 or 7 years ago. He was mainly played for the Avalanche, but played for other teams. This dude wasn't all that great, but he was a big enforcer goon, which in hockey terms like to start and get in fights. And got his ass kicked a lot. And like nowadays, the guy is so brain damaged and dumbfounded. He can't walk outside of his house without sunglasses on. He's all fucked up. It was actually very sad. And I wish the best for him and his family. But when it comes down to it, it made me think the other day about, well, Sidney Crosby is diagnosed now with 5 concussions in his entire ice hockey career, and he's younger than I am, and I'll be 31 this October. So he's and he just had his
Is
50.
that from being knocked down and hitting the ice, or?
That's
fighting,
from all kinds of things, from hitting your head on the ice too hard, getting lashed in the boards too hard. It's very easy to get a concussion hockey.
Yeah, I'm sure hitting the boards fucking hurts too.
It's very, but I mean, the most famous concussion Sidney Crosby got was in the Winter Classic back in 2006 or 7. Correct me if I'm wrong on that one. It might even be 2008. But they were playing the Washington Capitals, and he got tripped, and he fell skates first into the air, hit head first on the ice. Sleeping, had to be carried off the ice. He was done till the middle of the next season before he actually played.
God damn.
So he's had some bad concussions. His most recent concussion happened in Game 2 of round 2 of the playoffs right now. but he's still out there right now, and it makes me wonder. Is this smart for a guy like him? I mean, I know you guys don't know much about hockey, but I mean, these hockey players, they like to play until they're 40 because they can. They're thick-skinned dudes. They've lived in cold weather their whole lives, but overall, we're starting to hear more reports of these guys that are getting punched from getting their asses kicked through playing the sports for very long. So Sidney Crosby, I mean, he's currently right now the most expensive player in the NHL. He's leading the Pittsburgh Penguins to potentially their next Stanley Cup, depending if they can get past Ottawa Senators, but... I mean, CJ, what do you think about all this? I mean, the guy's going off of a 5th concussion. Like, where does this transpute with you? Like,
he's medically clear to play, and I mean, if he wants to play, it's his decision.
True, but
so, I mean, concussions, they've always been around. Well, there's now more prevalent because of medical technology and research. It's a tough sport. You know, you're constantly hitting each other. It's, you know, I'd say there's more physical contact than most other sports, and there's a lot more danger to it. But at the same time, if he wants to play, he's making enough money, and he wants to be out there. It's his decision. You know,
yeah, okay.
Can't really go against it. And right now, they're losing 5-1. You know, Derek Brassard and a couple other players have scored goals for the Senators. Eric Carlson, defensive player.
That?
No,
you did.
I did.
I didn't even know that. So very good, CJ. Very good.
Yeah, Mike Hoffman has a goal. He's got 2 points, and
he's looking good tonight.
yeah, just paying attention to the game.
Oh, I mean, I was paying attention to it before we left over here. But Bobo, you care to chime in on this? Like,
I mean, yeah, I guess it comes down to the player, but the thing that you will see, might be not necessarily him, but you'll see people that continue playing on with these issues, and then they retire, and all this shit starts going down, and then they're like, fuck, they should have done this and not done that, and they should have told us, like, yeah, but you kind of knew yourself. I mean, you don't have to keep going out there. You kind of know you're hitting your head a lot. You know more than anyone when you're hitting your head and you're hurt and you're concussed and all that shit. You know more than anyone else will know. Mm-hmm. So at some point, you know, you might have to take yourself out.
Do you think that team doctors, and I'm not just talking about hockey, football, everything.
Yeah.
You think they should be putting their foot down a little bit more about this? Because I mean, a good example.
The leagues won't let them. I promise you, the leagues won't.
NFL stepped up.
The NFL did, but
they had to by being embarrassed to do so.
But you're right. So, but more than likely, the league won't step up very much. And a good example of this, though, I know this is fiction, but you guys remember that movie Any Given Sunday?
Yeah, I did.
With the football player the actual real football player that played the running back for the Miami Sharks. I'm blanking on his name right now.
LL Cool J?
LL Cool J didn't really play football. I mean,
I know, but he was a running back. Big. He was pretty big.
There was
I know LT was in the movie.
LT. Yeah, the character that he played, he was always going on about how he wanted. He always wanted that extra hit until he got paid or whatever, and he got that extra hit, and there's doctors saying like you don't need to be in there and stuff like that. Like, I wonder if that happens. I mean, I'm sure it does.
Sure, yeah, because everybody's with, all the contracts.
Yeah, like with it's with hockey and football. You know, like I mean, I wonder how many doctors have told Sidney Crosby like maybe you shouldn't. Get out there right now, like coming off of a 5th concussion.
You wake up, you can't remember anything. Out of the middle of the day, all of a sudden your mind just goes blank. You can't remember a thing, and you're just like, what the fuck is happening? Yeah. You know. I mean, you have to know.
Yeah, you got to. But I mean, it's like I said, you're right. It's up to the player, but it's interesting to think about, because I mean, I played the sport of hockey for a little while, and it's frightening to think about like these hits that these guys take. And it's just like with football. It's just like with baseball too. I mean, I've heard about it with guys sliding into home plate and they're getting hit in the head with a fastball or whatever. Like in any sport, at any time. Like, I mean, don't get me wrong, I love you guys for what you do and what you do for entertainment and stuff like that. But at the same time, like, please be careful out there. Like,
contributor Michael Perkinson said he's had over 15 concussions, and
it shows totally.
He still performs to this day.
Yeah, as a great comedian. Anyway,
what is that, Sark? He's been on our show.
I know, I'm kidding. Yeah, Thank you, Michael Perkinson. But
in my favorite sport, wrestling, Chris Benoit actually.
Yeah, that's just that.
Yes, he cross-faced his son, right?
That literally was just.
He cross-faced his son.
That was very sad.
He cross-faced his son.
Depressing.
It's true, And
He put his son in the crib with a crossface.
with his mind, they said he had the brain of like an 85-year-old Alzheimer's patient because
Good lord!
all the-
I didn't know about that.
all the
I knew it
chair
was
stuff
fucked up.
because like after
That is quite a bummer.
after everything went down, they cut into his head. You know, they checked his brain, and that's what they said because he had all sorts of concussions. Like his move was the flying headbutt. So every match he's literally smashing his head into the ground.
Yeah.
Plus all the pain medicine that he was on just totally worked his mind.
It's
and that's
scary.
why after that, WWE's actually got like one of the strictest concussion protocols, and steroid checking, all that stuff.
Yeah, it's one of those after the fact things, but at least they did do it after the fact.
Yeah.
It's good that I didn't know the best concussion protocol in all of.
At least they're
sports. That's
looking
pretty
into
good.
it, and like making rules about it and whatnot. I mean,
concussions. I mean, they've been happening like this for years, but are they just happening more? Do you think it happened more to players,
I think
or
it's
that
being- I think it's
we're
being more
paying
public-
attention to them more after they retire?
I think it's being more
And they're-
publicized
and they're
now
being
with
filmed more,
with
'cause
more media. There
It's
is
like back in
and
the
stuff like
50s
that.
and 60s and 70s. I think when the player retired, they literally just fucking disappeared off the face of the earth unless you saw them at the grocery store. But now we all follow them around still. There's social media.
Well, I
they're
mean,
all-
yeah, like with the big,
that's what
with all
usually
the
really
different
strikes,
social
is
medias
when
and
they-
stuff like that, and people have like all these players feel like they have more of a voice now, like after
Yeah.
they retire and whatnot. And
So you think it's happening as much as it was back then, or do you think it's happening more now?
that's a good question.
'Cause it seems-
I really don't know.
It's not just football, even though you think it's more in football because football's more faster now, but they're getting concussions and fucking everything, man.
Well, I mean, when it comes down to it, like when you become outside of maybe acting in movies, which even that has a consequence. What you do to become famous, there comes a consequence with it. No matter what you do. I mean, if you look at people that are fronting hard rock and heavy metal bands, I mean, a lot of those guys have dealt with a lot of horrible issues over the years. Phil Anselmo from Pantera, he fucking got addicted to heroin because he actually had back issues, and it was either he had two issues or two solutions: take the medical leave for years, which means money out of your pocket, which at that time was detrimental to him, or keep doing heroin, which made the pain go away, which is a complete ridiculous thing to go about. But at the same time, I mean, when you're fucking crazy and stupid, not thinking about things the right way, well, cool, I'll just keep doing heroin. And like, I mean, there's always a repercussion to success, is what I'm getting at, I guess. Like, no matter how well you're doing it, there seems to be a silver lining to it, I guess. Like in a roundabout
silver
way.
lining playbook.
Yeah, a silver lining playbook, or the opposite to a silver lining, I guess. Like, no matter how well you do at something, there's always something bad that comes out of it, and it's very sad, I mean, I feel bad for a lot of these guys that deal with these issues and stuff like that, but I just thought it was worth bringing up, I guess, with where Crosby's at his career right now. I mean, I wish him the best of luck. It's not looking very good right now. 5 minutes left in the third.
There's still 5 games left.
I mean, they have several games left, but I mean, right for this game, it doesn't look very good for them. I think the Ottawa Senators got it, and I hope the Senators win this series, because now getting off to where I just want to be a sports fan for a minute and say that I would love to see the Ottawa Senators bring the Stanley Cup back to
Canada deserves
Canada.
a title.
Has
Is
not
this
been a-
Canada's last team in the playoffs right
Yeah,
now?
they're the only one right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the Western Conference has Anaheim, which is a California team,
I think Canada's
and Nashville.
stupid. I don't really like Canada at all.
Dude,
So you're not going for Ottawa in the NHL?
No, I'd never go for anything from Canada.
So between Pittsburgh,
Blue
Ottawa, Anaheim, and Nashville, who do you like in the NHL?
Is Anaheim near Oakland?
Anaheim is the mighty Ducks team.
What
They're
part of California?
relatively close to Oakland, I guess.
I would
Like,
go for Anaheim.
Same
Not
state.
because of the
I failed
Ducks,
geography,
because
I
of
don't know.
Anaheim.
Okay, so Bobo likes the Anaheim Ducks strictly from location purposes to beat the Nashville Predators and overall take the Stanley Cup. CJ, who are you liking so far right now in the Stanley Cup right now between Anaheim, Nashville, Pittsburgh, and Ottawa?
Ottawa all the way.
Ottawa all the way.
Yes.
And Kenny, I know you're a little outside on all this, but who do you like in these 4 teams? Sorry to bother you.
What were you guys talking about?
What hockey team do you want to see go further in the hockey games?
Between the Anaheim Ducks, the Nashville Predators, the Pittsburgh Penguins, and the Ottawa Senators.
I guess the whole Predators story is kind of cool,
I agree.
Major underdog, unexpected, all of a sudden having a great season. I mean, that's always a cool story to
They're
follow.
like the LA Kings from a few years back.
They were really good that year, though.
Right, I almost got into hockey that year.
You almost did, yeah.
Almost did.
And the funny thing is, you actually sound like you know what you're talking about. The Nashville Predators were a fucking total underdog this year. Like, this is the best year they've ever had. Like, by a long shot.
I think it's because of Maverick.
Is it because of Maverick?
Yes.
Well, thanks, you cocksucker.
Was he
Appreciate it,
inverted?
Maverick.
No, he wasn't inverted, but he did like to sing that 30 Seconds to Mars song.
Oh,
Dude,
that dude?
Yeah.
Yeah, with the hair?
He works for the Nashville Predators now.
Oh, does he? What does he do?
Yeah.
He, like, same shit he did for the
He used to be
Blue
on the
Wahoos
Blow
and-
Wahoos.
He's an announcer?
No.
He's
He's like an
he's
entertainer.
the stage hyper or whatever.
Oh, so he walks out with a T-shirt gun?
But he does it for the Predators now. Apparently,
So he
he's,
has two T-shirt guns?
Yeah, basically.
If they win, he gets a ring.
Apparently, life's not very bad for him right now. He has an
No,
office. I know
yeah.
that much. Like,
Well,
I know
there
he
you go.
has a desk at an office, I should say.
I'm
but
not hating on his
No, I
T-shirt
mean-
gun abilities.
It's very nice. So, moving on from all of that, we've only got a little bit of time left. I'm going to go ahead and touch on this real fast before we have to move on.
Sharktopus versus Whale Wolf.
No, I wasn't going to that, but...
I would say if it depends on the fights in water. If the fights in water, obviously whale.
I'm taking the Sharktopus.
What's
It's
the
a,
other one?
a,
In the,
a
in the
whale
water, I'm
wolf.
taking the
a
Sharktopus.
whale werewolf?
It's like a werewolf.
A whale wolf.
Like
It's a
half
whale and a
whale, like
wolf.
How in the fuck would that even be?
Dude, these are sci-fi channel movies.
No, that's not. You can't make a whale werewolf.
Yes,
I don't
you
care
can,
what
but
channel you're
they're
on.
doing it.
I don't
No,
care if it's on Cinemax After Dark. You can't have a werewolf whale.
No, you
yeah,
can't.
It,
I mean,
can
they're-
swim.
They
No,
look
it can't.
they look like terrible movies. But no, real quick, guys, real quick, let's touch on this real fast.
All right. Hurry though, because I got more questions.
NFL real fast. We've talked about this last season for a little bit while. As far as the New England Patriots went, I mean, they always had a lot of things going for them, but we always talked about that blunt time over there in New England. It is now blunt time in Philadelphia. LeGarrette Blount is now a member of the Philadelphia Eagles. He's joining Darren Sproles over there in that backfield. Ryan Matthews is still currently over there.
They got Donnell
Mr.
Pumphrey
Glass.
out of San Diego State too.
They did do that too. CJ, I'm gonna start with you on this one. So, LeGarrette Blount, how do you think he's gonna work into that offense, and how do you think this works out for Ryan Matthews and company?
Goal line. Ryan Matthews is gonna be dead about week 6.
Heard.
Blunt time really originated because Boba and I both had him on our fantasy team, and we just really wanted Blunt time. every
I
time,
think I'm gonna enjoy it more when he was in New
In New
with the
England.
Patriots. Yeah, I don't know if it's gonna be quite the same in Philly as it was in New
You
England.
don't think Blunt time's gonna be as
They
exciting
utilize
as an
because the
Eagle?
way he was utilized in New England was perfect. I don't know why they got rid of him or what.
Yeah, he's solid.
They just let
Is
him go.
this a money thing? Probably. They don't even pay
Do,
that much
um,
money in the first place.
Do you think he would? I mean, the Giants were going after him too. Do you think he would have been better with New York? Like,
No, I like him in Philly.
you like him in Philly?
I guess out of the two, I guess.
It's a loaded backfield over
Well,
there.
they got Torrey Smith and the guy from the Bears too. God, I drafted him early a couple years ago.
Who?
The guy the Bears had, his name is slipping me for right now.
Couple of the Giants or the Eagles?
The Eagles got him. They got God, what the hell is that guy's name?
The
He
I'll
played
write
for
that
South
down.
Carolina, and man, he was really good for a couple years, and then he got hurt a lot. I don't know. It's not important, but I
know. Fucking
Torrey Smith and other
guy
guy.
that came here that got healed here. He got
Yeah,
what's his name? It's like a Roman
Nobody
son
can
fucking
figure out who
name.
this running back is.
He's a
But it's not- but
receiver.
it's not important.
No, he's
it's
a-
not important.
he's a receiver.
Huh? No, I don't know who you're talking about.
Yeah, I know. Bobo was talking about the guy was like a linebacker or something.
Yeah, I think
Came-
about Lattimore or
Came to
something.
Andrews, but
Or-
he, I think he actually went to Houston, didn't he?
But overall, like I guess the
I
question
can't
I'm
think
getting,
of his name either.
I guess the question I'm
Alshon Jeffrey.
Alshon
Yeah,
Jeffrey. Okay,
It's,
gotcha.
it's him and Torrey
Good
Smith.
lord, that was all that for Alshon Jeffrey.
Yeah, that's what I just went through. Yeah.
I know. I was just
Jesus.
like, I was sitting there. I was like, I cannot think of this fucker's name, like, to save my life. Sorry, Mom, I curse, but you know. Anyway, between him and Torrey Smith, I think they're moving in the right direction. Give Carson Wentz some actual help.
So,
around him.
do you think with the addition of Garrett Blount, do you think that's going to help or decrease or do nothing at all?
Can't hurt.
You think?
I mean, it literally cannot hurt anything.
What about you, Bobo?
Yeah, it can't hurt.
Same thing. Yeah, I'm right there in agreement with you guys on that one.
Still wish he would have stayed in Phil.
And I'm not drafting him.
Yeah, I won't draft him. I won't draft him now.
It seems like, as far as fantasy football goes, it seems like this year for running backs going to be kind of weird.
David Johnson all the way.
I'm glad
you think so? Because
old workhorse. Dude.
If I had the first pick, I would go David Johnson.
Yeah,
he
all day long.
You know, already on the ESPN app, I noticed that you can already do mock drafts, and he's the number one on it.
Yeah.
How many have you already done, CJ?
None. I've been really busy watching YouTube and
doing mock drafts on ESPN.
I'm
debating whether I'm even going to play fantasy this year, considering that I'm still waiting on payment for the fantasy league that I won.
So I'm looking at
it's pretty obvious that league doesn't pay out.
Yeah, that's why me and CJ won't be participating in that league next year. But
you know Tracy's on the cruise right now.
It was fun when it lasted. But definitely, like,
it was fun because I won.
Is that from tonight?
That's Tracy.
Man, I had such a good team in that league.
At Coyotes?
Anyway, while they're
Dude,
talking,
I was there. Hold on, we're gonna talk about this after the show's over. Like,
okay.
I witnessed this earlier.
We're still doing this right now.
Yeah, I can't talk about this on the show right now. So, but
God,
it was from the cruise.
No,
it's for Joe.
Yeah,
there's a cruise.
There's a cruise going on.
There's a Seth MacFarlane TV show that's
Yes,
basically like Star
good point.
Trek right now.
And we just talked about this last week we had this huge debate about Star Wars and Star Trek. And, I mean, we all saw how it went, but regardless.
I like Trek better.
I like them both. I just happen to like Star Wars better. But anyways, it just, ironically, a few days later, it was announced that there's a show coming on Fox that's a complete spoof of Star Trek.
It's a spoof of Galaxy Quest.
And Star Trek. Let's go ahead and face it. Of Galaxy Quest and Star Trek.
I mean, if you look at the image, it's definitely supposed to be set up to look like the number 1 and 2 chair from the bridge of the Enterprise.
Exactly.
Right? No, there was
but
only it's chair in Star Trek.
Yeah,
but it's made by no one other than, of course, Seth MacFarlane, who's done Family Guy, American Dad, the Ted movies,
I think
A Million Ways to Die in the West. Well, I'm reminding them. But
his face is what I do when you're talking about hockey.
Well, his face is what I do when you guys talk about Star Trek.
My mom just messaged me and goes, "Why are you falling asleep?" and said hockey.
It's still better than baseball.
Oh man, we're gonna fight.
I don't mind all sports, so it's fun.
But regardless, this show is happening. It's a real show. I mean, let's go ahead and face it. It's a real legitimate spoof on Star Trek, and don't get me wrong, I've liked what mostly Seth MacFarlane has done over the years, but this does look fucking stupid. Like, I don't really know any way to go about it. CJ, I know you comment on saying it looks horrible. But overall, do you think?
Yes, overall, I think it looks horrible.
Do you think you're even going to watch one episode of it?
No,
not at all. What about you? No.
I will. Why not? I
would
watch everything and anything.
I never watched that one Lonely Island, the cop show he did. I watched one episode. That was good.
I didn't watch that, but
the NYPD or fucking like 221 NY
Brooklyn 99,
Brooklyn 93, whatever it's called.
That was okay. Like, I don't.
Is it still on?
Are you talking about Brooklyn Nine-Nine?
I watched the first 2 seasons.
The thing is like Seth MacFarlane comes out with the same show over and over and over again with like different characters. It's like the same show. Like, I love Family Guy to death, but like Cleveland Show, American Dad, all those are the exact same thing to me. It's like they have a plot and then they have a cutaway gag and they go back to the plot and then another cutaway gag.
I kind of liked American Dad. I kind of liked American Dad, but not as much. But then, the Ted movies, I won't lie, I did like them. I thought they were pretty funny, but A Million Ways to Die in the West, like, I thought would have been great if it wasn't already done by Mel Brooks years ago. It was the same goddamn movie. Like, I mean, it was a Western remake of, nonsense with, like, using
Blazing Saddles?
Yeah, or, I'm sorry, Blazing Saddles, yeah. Yeah, the Mel Brooks movie. Like, Mel Brooks already did that movie of taking modern-day times and using it into Western old-school lingo, and that was essentially what A Million Ways to Die in the West was.
Yeah.
Like, he just used it as Seth MacFarlane comedy, which, I don't know, I mean, it was funny, but I mean, I just didn't think it was that good of a movie. I thought the 10 movies were better.
It should have had a whale that had bred with a werewolf.
Dude, it's a whale. A werewolf.
Is it a werewolf or just a regular wolf?
I think it's a whale that.
Now, is it a hairy whale or is it a blubbery wolf?
It's a whale that's in the shape of a wolf. that
a
can-
whale in the shape of a wolf.
Yeah,
Oh my
it has
God,
like
that's
So then
whale-
it's just a
it has,
wolf
like,
that's
no,
really big.
You know, it has like whale skin and
So then it is a blubbery wolf.
no, it's not blubbery. It's like a thin.
See,
whale.
like in one of the
No.
trailers for one of those movies, I saw the
Is there an
octoshark
actual
or the
picture of this?
sharktopus
can look
going
it up.
around in a mall. Going around in a mall, like, so how is the shark surviving in a mall?
No, think
because
about.
okay, like the octopus legs keeps him out.
No.
He has to go back in the water eventually.
Stop! We're getting off the. I'm not done with wolf whale.
No,
Now,
our producer Kenny's looking.
What's
it up.
the size of this wolf whale? Is it the size of a whale or the
huge.
size of a wolf?
About the same,
I mean,
about the
it's,
same
it's
size
a
as the
it's a
sharktopus.
big shark. Like,
So it's
okay.
a whale size. Can I say whale size? Is that fine?
Like from the pictures I saw, I guess. Like Casper Van Dien, the guy from Starship Troopers, is the main guy.
Of course he is. So it's the size of a whale then. Can we say that? Can we say it's bigger than a boat?
Yeah, it's. I think it's bigger than a boat.
So then we're gonna go with whale size. But it's the
like-
shape of a wolf.
Yes, it's like
The,
the.
the head
but-
is, the head is a wolf.
The head's a wolf.
The body's a whale?
There it is.
but-
It's right
yeah,
there.
there it is, right there.
Oh god, dears. What is that?
It's a whale
Oh,
wolf.
make it stop. What is that? Is that real movie?
Looks more
Yeah.
like a
Yeah, like, I mean,
shark
there-
wolf.
Why is it on a house?
You gotta remember, people like got together
uh,
in a room similar to this and said that is what they're gonna do with for a movie idea. That was their
First,
idea.
Same people as Sharknado, I'm sure, right?
Yeah,
Why is it-
Sharknado was actually not a bad idea because apparently it went on to make
fights
billions
the
of dollars.
sharktopus.
But
How does it come into existence?
Gene
Weed?
splicing?
like,
I don't know. Life finds a way, I guess.
A
all
shark
right,
found
Jeff
a way to
Goldblum,
an
thank you very
orca,
much. Like,
They fight in a baseball stadium.
and they fuck
they
with
do fight
orcas.
in a baseball stadium.
I
man.
don't understand what I'm looking at, and that's real.
yeah,
It really
Well,
made
it's-
it to a
it's
movie.
whale
in a
wolf.
movie, yeah, it's real.
But
but-
on the Sci-Fi Channel.
yeah,
Yeah, it came
I
out-
thought the Sci-Fi Channel would take themselves seriously these days.
No, there's also
that-
a
that
shark
channel hasn't taken
tarantula
themselves
versus
seriously in
snake
years.
scorpion.
Have you not watched? God, what's that movie? That show I just got done watching.
Citizen Zero.
No, not that.
That's Channel
I've
Zero.
heard-
That's the one I
Channel
was.
Zero. I'm sorry.
Not Define. Well, goddamn, there's a good sci-fi show on right now. It's like really good space stuff. It's like Battlestar Galactica, but it could be better.
Nice, better than the Seth MacFarlane crap.
Who? Yeah.
Like the stuff we just talked about.
The Star Trek floop or whatever.
Yeah. What?
The
There's a Star Trek.
On that
the
note,
thing that fucking 7
let's talk about our show real quick before we end.
Yeah,
Like,
we gotta go.
We
ahead and wrap it up.
ended a long time ago.
I know
Yeah,
we've
basically.
been babbling, but
We gotta go ahead and end the show tonight. But look, guys, a week from today we'll be at Coyote Sports Bar with a lot of great guests. Josh Gay from the Pensacola Ice Flyers, the Blue Hogs will be with us. We've got Chad and James from Play Harder Radio is going to be with us. We got food that's going to be there, great drink specials. Please come and hang out with us next week at Coyotes. The show will start at 9 p.m. We hope to see you guys there. It's going to be a lot of fun. Until next week at Coyote Sports Bar, you are watching the Underground Pub Show on the 50K Multiverse Network. My name is Schreiber, CJ, and Bobo. We'll see you guys next week.
Don't wear rompers or I'll punch you in the street.
wear a
Wear
hot
rompers.
dog romper
No. Why would you do that?
because that's awesome.
No, it's not. There's nothing awesome about it at all.
Well, if you have the right skin tone,
I know, what the fuck do you mean skin tone? That means wrong. There's nothing wrong with it. Obviously, only white dude's gonna wear those things. First off, let's be real.
yeah, I don't think you see a black guy in a romper.
Not the show. It's fine. You can do what you want to do. I was the mom. Why? But they probably have
Tune in every
I was-
Wednesday night at 8 p.m.
not
Central
seen the
Time for
video
the
for it
Underground
yet?
Pub
No.
Show, right
Like,
here on the
Caucasians
Pimpy K
are quite
Multiverse
Caucasian.
Network.
And they're all wearing it to the
They're
beach.
all the same guy.
So they're all tanning. It's like, I don't know.
Oh yeah, I saw one of the pictures. I was like, that is the whitest.
Well, there you go. That's what I'm saying. So if it's marketed towards me, they're going about their business entirely wrong.
I'll pick up after you, buddy.
How would you go to the bathroom with those things on though? What if you have an emergency?
Like, if you really have to take a deuce.
Do you have a back door, like a little latch or something?
I don't know. I've never seen a romper.
You ever seen girls wear it before?
I've seen chicks wear them and it looks very awkward.
I don't think they look
You
good.
her homegirl, Krayshawn, that white chick rapper?
Yeah.
That seems like something her and her homegirls wear. Why? That seems like...
A lot